As some of you know, I'm pregnant with my second child. With my first child, I started going to these classes at the Women's Center. I have 12 nieces and nephews, so I thought that I already knew everything that I needed to know about raising a baby. But I'm really happy that I decided to go to these classes. I learned a lot of interesting things, and it's going to seem like I'm throwing random topics at you, but I just wanted to hit some of the main areas. I'm going to start with SIDS. SIDS is sudden infant death syndrome. It's when a baby dies during their sleep and the cause is unknown. SIDS is actually more common than neglect or abuse. It's really important that your baby sleeps in their crib with a firm mattress, a tight-fitted sheet, and no clutter around the baby, so no stuffed animals in the crib or anything. It's also really important that they're comfortable. Whatever you're wearing, the baby will be comfortable in the same type of clothing. It's also important that you don't sleep with your baby. I even like to sleep with my nephew because he's more comfortable when he's sleeping with someone, but SIDS is 40% more common when adults sleep with their child. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was ultrasounds. Real-life ultrasounds were invented in the 1970s, real-time meaning that they could see the baby moving. The baby actually doesn't move for the first time until about week 7, and you don't feel this movement until about week 16. In the 3rd trimester, the baby triples their weight. And in the 3rd trimester, the baby actually pumps 300 gallons of blood through their heart per day. Another thing is exercise. Exercise is really important while you're pregnant because it reduces stress and it helps you sleep at night. They encourage that you exercise at least 30 minutes a day. Exercise meaning just going on a walk or whatnot. I'm a server, so I feel like I get plenty of exercise every day walking around. Another thing is stress. Stress is not good for your body at all anyways, and it's twice as bad for you when you're pregnant. Something else that I learned, which was really interesting, was the different cries of a baby. And I actually listened to my nephew's cries, and I can compare, and 2 of the main ones that were really cool that I can actually hear is neh. When they make like an NEH sound is when they're hungry, because when they're hungry, babies automatically, they suck to feed themselves through a bottle or whatnot. So whenever they're crying, they curl their tongue up on the roof of their mouth, and it makes an N sound. And another one was like EH, meaning that they have to burp because the muscles in their chest are contracting, and it makes an sound. The latest class that I had was actually about the different milestones of a baby, which was the best one that I think I've had so far. I learned a lot of cool things that I didn't know before. I'm going to start with the different reflexes that a baby has, and babies are automatically born with these. One of them is the palmer's grip reflex. If you put an object in the palm of a baby's hand, they automatically curl their fingers around that object. And if you touch the sole of a baby's foot, they automatically spread their toes apart and curl them. Another reflex was the startle reflex, which is the most common. Whenever a baby is scared by noise or light, they automatically throw their arms up at the same time. Another thing is that their equilibrium is in their neck. Babies, when they're born, they don't have any balance. They don't have any balance until they learn to use their neck muscles and hold their neck up themselves. So before they can do this, if you just drop a baby's head back a little bit, they automatically get the feeling that they're falling. Sometimes they even feel this way when they're laying on their back. Just depends on how they're laying, and they'll throw their hands up. That's also the startle reflex. Another reflex is the stepping reflex. If you hold your baby up vertically on a surface, they automatically start stepping with each foot. And when babies are born, they're actually colorblind. The first color that they see is red. In their vision, they can only see 8 to 10 inches in front of them. Their vision that they're born with is actually 2600 instead of 20/20. and their vision doesn't fully develop until they're about 5 years old. These are just some really cool facts that I learned that I wanted to share with you guys.